Deforestation is a really big problem. Our planet's rainforests have been called the lungs of the Earth, and for good reason. They provide oxygen while absorbing toxins and carbon dioxide. Their absorption of carbon helps regulate the Earth's climate. Their roots help protect soils, and that enables food growth. Their ability to attract water particles helps prevent and reverse drought. Needless to say, we need trees, which is why it's a big problem that we're losing them at such an alarming rate.
The trees cannot speak up. They cannot say that they are worth it, and they have a value.
Well, there are several countries that are losing forests at a tremendous rate, and I would include Brazil, Indonesia, a number of other countries across the tropics, but this is actually a problem for all of us.
So why are we seeing thousands and thousands of fires in the rainforest now?
Those fires indicate that there's more deforestation. There's more people clearing the forest.
There's as much carbon captured and stored in all the trees of the Amazon as the amount the entire planet has emitted over the past 10 years. Cut them down, and we effectively double the heat-trapping gases of the past decade.
This needs to stop. Of course, in order to put an end to deforestation, we need to understand why it happens in the first place. So I picked up the most recent copy of this. It's the State of the World's Forest Report by the UN Food and Agriculture Organization. What I learned from it was a bit surprising. The world's #1 cause of deforestation wasn't what I thought it was. It wasn't the timber industry. It wasn't wildfires. It wasn't the fact that urban areas are growing so fast and taking over natural environments. The #1 cause of deforestation was farming, in particular, smallholder farming. So smallholder farming mostly refers to when a farm is owned and ran by a single individual or a family, and this family just uses that farm to grow the food they need to eat and to bring in an income. So for the most part, these are in underdeveloped or overexploited countries in places like Africa, Latin America, or Asia, and smallholder farming accounts for about 1/4 of the world's deforestation. Hold up. You're telling me that these are the people to blame? Okay, now that just seems wrong. These are some of the people who have it the hardest on the planet. They are the most affected by climate change. You'd think that the bad guys are easier to think of as these big, greedy corporations or major extractive industries. You just expect that. Our world is far too complicated to divide into clean camps of good guys and bad guys. But in the case of smallholder farming, these farmers are often driven to make these choices by poverty and desperate circumstances. In a place like Haiti, which is one of the most deforested countries, people can sell their trees to be made into charcoal. Most of the Haitians I've met recognize the damage that this does in the long term. But when your choices for putting food on the table are pretty limited, that's just the sort of thing you end up doing. So this is why solving a problem like deforestation requires a multifaceted approach. Simply just planting trees anywhere for the sake of planting trees, not thinking about how this is going to affect the lives of the people living in that area, can sometimes do more harm than good. This is one of the big reasons why I'm pretty proud to be both a supporter of Plant with Purpose and on the team. We've planted over 30 million trees all around the world, but at the same time, that's not the only thing we do. We also start microfinance groups and empower community members to find and create new opportunities for themselves. We want to restore the environment, but also to remove the desperate conditions that cause people to do harm. So you can head over to plantwithpurpose.org and sign up to be a monthly donor. If you give $22 a month, that ends up planting 22 trees every month. That does a lot to help reverse deforestation while empowering people. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to sign up for our newsletter, link below.